Welcome back to another edition with Run with Mike. Currently, I'm in the process of running at Super G, trying to get very competitive with RC drifting. So that's going to be exciting. Running the MST RMX 2.0. So I'm doing that. The cool thing is that I am upgrading things little by little, and my philosophy has always been upgrade one thing at a time. This time I'm gonna go ahead and take it up a notch and upgrade a few things today. But what I want to go ahead and first explain why I'm doing so is I'm gonna let you guys know. The front is really smooth, as you can tell. It has a nice little return, rebound. The rear, not so much. So when I set up the rear suspension, I didn't take in consideration the spring rate. So I really have a soft spring rate in the rear. I am going to put something a little bit more, a little heavier to compensate for this difference in here. So we're going to try that out. In addition, I've been running right now with a locked spool. So it's been locked in the rear. We're going to go with the MST open diff and change it into a ball bearing as well. So we're going to put that in here, and that should be able to get me sideways. The third thing that we're changing is the gear ratio in the rear. The gear ratio currently, or the final gear ratio on this car, is a 7.7, I believe. If we're running at Super G, it's too much wheel spin as you're taking the turns. We want to slow it down a little bit, so we're going to go ahead and increase the gear ratio to about 10.5, 10.7, right around there. We're going to put a 40-13 differential in here from the stock that it has in there, and then we're going to keep the current stock spur, which is an 80 tooth, and then also I have upgraded the pinion to a 23. I might go back down to a 22, not sure yet with that. See how I feel about that. But we're going to change those three things out. One, we're going to go ahead and open diff, change the spring rate, and also change that center diff into a different gear ratio. So, all right, let's get to work, guys. Let's go ahead and see what we're going to do here first. So we're going to go ahead and take off the suspension here. Since we're going to be removing this anyways, we are going to go ahead and put this bad boy in here. But let's go ahead and take this off first. Okay, so I finally took off the assembly. I mean, it feels really smooth and everything. I like it. So we're gonna go ahead and install this out. I'm gonna go ahead and remove this from the table. Let's go ahead and lay out these parts that we have here. Okay. We have the MST black grease. We have the metal output shafts. We got the gear. We got a pinion in here. We have the new bevel. Okay, and then in here we have all the little ball bearings that we're going to be needing for this project. Cool MST sticker, and then most importantly, we have the instructions. All right, all the ball bearings are in there. With the two bearings already in there, we're gonna go ahead and slide this right over. little snug fit. And careful not to throw this back in here because you still got the little thrust bearings in there as well. What I like about MST is that they put some Loctite, the blue kind, right in there, so which is awesome. Makes things so much easier. I don't have to worry about it or remember that I need to do it. It's already there for me. So we're gonna go ahead and slide this piece right on top of there. Because right after that, we're gonna go ahead with this bad boy. I wanna make sure everything is nice and secure. That in. That was nice. It was really smooth. All right, so we have that. So the next piece we're gonna drop in. Got that in there. Got this washer. It says to compress it. So we're gonna go ahead and have some fun and go ahead and compress that. So we're gonna go ahead and slide that right in there. Then the last washer. And so you don't want to over tighten it either. You just want to have it, for now, you just want to not have it nice and straight. See, that's still a little loose, so you still want to tighten it up just a little bit. Want it to at least to a point where, see how it's still bouncing back and forth? You still want to tighten that up a little bit. So right now, it still feels like there's movement in there. We definitely want to tighten up just a little bit more so that we don't have that movement in there. That feels good. Okay, now it's time to open up the diff. So what we're gonna do next is we're gonna go ahead and install that piece right in there. Never want to over tighten anything here. Since it's all mostly plastic, you can easily strip in. My share of stripping things. So, and we are going to have, so I think I should be able to pull these apart now. Carefully. They do see the bevel in there, okay. So with this side up, you want to pull everything apart gently and slowly because you don't want anything to fall out as you're pulling everything. And also very gently. You've pulled it from the top. Again, it's plastic, so be very gentle. And you know, I'm showing you guys all my mistakes as I'm going through so that you see what's happening. All right, we got the bevel out right here. Set that aside for a second. Here is the stock one. So what we're gonna do is we're also gonna do the same thing to the other side on here. We're gonna get my little pincers here, get them, pull that out nice and gently, put that to the side, okay, and I should be able to go ahead and pull this out. So we no longer need this. We're going to go ahead and put that to the side. We no longer need that. But when we're pulling this one out, be very, very mindful in the direction that everything goes in, okay. Yes, be very mindful. I'm just trying to make sure that I'm not missing anything on here, because once I set this aside, I want to make sure. Okay, there it is. So this side, where I just pulled it out, this one right in here is going to go right side in here, facing into this cavity here, or opposite if you're going to do it the other way. Okay, so that's what I was looking for. So that little dot. So be very mindful of the dot and the direction that goes in. Let's go ahead and pull this off. There is a little screw in here. Be very mindful of what you're taking in and out. This is the one we're going to be putting in. Now with that in mind, that should slide out. There we go, finally got that out. Took a little ingenuity there. Yeah. There is a ball bearing right there, so be careful. Okay, we're gonna use that ball bearing again. Take that one off as well. There you go. Pull that out, put that aside. Put it on that new one. There it is. Put a new one. And we're gonna go, this is a 13. As we're nearing the completion of the MST RMX project here on the 2.0, I've already put in the transmission on here with the new gear ratio that I'm using. We're using a 40-13 in here. There were some complications in there. I have a whole different video on that of how to install that bevel in here, because it does take a little ingenuity to get that in there. So, but that's for another video. Don't forget to put in your caps for your diffs, and also your protection for your press shafts. So you definitely want to put this on as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and put this bad boy together and we'll go from there. So you guys can see what I'm looking at. So that should help when I'm going into drift. All right, everything's working pretty good. It's functioning the way I want. Just a matter of taking it to the track. Last thing, since we're doing a whole complete setup, as I mentioned yesterday, this is day 2 now, we are going to go ahead and change the spring rate on this one. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. I lost some of the audio here earlier in the week, but what we're going to do today, we're going to go ahead and install the MST shocks in here. They are one of the bit soft ones that we're going to be using. But what we're going to do is we're going to go on to the third tier of springs that are in there, and go from there. What I'm doing right now, I'm just testing the rebound, making sure that there's no binding in the shocks before I put on the body, because the last thing I want to do is put the body on and have some type of binding and have to take off the body again. The reason for the upgrade is that when I put on the TDA shock and suspension, I didn't take into consideration of moving the ESC from the midpoint where it was at to the rear. The other was the rear diffuser and the rear spoiler. All that had some extra weight towards the rear. Obviously, I needed some heavier springs to compensate for the difference. As you see in this video, it's giving it a real nice rebound. The only thing left to do is take it to the track. I'm looking forward to taking it to Tandem RC here in the next week, and I hope you guys follow my journey, see how it runs. I'm super excited. So in the meantime, guys, don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button, and leave a comment below. All comments are appreciated, but be nice. Until then, keep RC fun. The shaft protectors on there, you know, so only yeah, raspberry. That looked weird on camera. As we're Bumblebee, stop.